Hi, this is foreclosure defense and legal blogger Roy Oppenheim. We're from the trenches doing our summer school program, and today we're going to talk about what is the state of real estate in the United States, and particularly in Florida, right now in June 2011. Well, we hate to say we told you so, but basically we have said for the past 3 or 4 years that this was not going to be a short-term crisis that we're just going to get out of and prices were going to start coming back. In fact, we have said before, and we're saying it again, the prices will continue to drop another 10 or 15% till they hit bottom in sometime either 2013 or 2014. And then from there will be slow increases. And it could take as long as 15 or 20 years for us to get back to where we were in the pre-Great Recession crisis. Now, why is that? And there are a lot of reasons what is working against us. Number one, the foreclosure crisis is not over. The banks have stopped foreclosing because they had to unfortunately fire most of their law firms. Then they had to retool, regroup, reorganize, and in many cases they have to refile their foreclosures. Unfortunately, many of the courts have had to get rid of a lot of retired judges who were previously brought in through the bailout to try and help with the excess workload. They have all disappeared. By July 1st, they'll all be gone, certainly in the state of Florida. Support staff is all gone. In fact, Dade County has announced they're going to use untrained law clerks to basically help administer the system. I say good luck with that. So you have a court system that's now going to be overworked and underfunded and understaffed. You're going to have a new tsunami wave of foreclosures coming through that's going to gum up the entire system. So because of that, you're going to continue to have a drag on real estate that goes through the steps with foreclosure depressed prices that's going to have a drag on the entire market. So that's number one. Number two, unless we get real good employment figures coming out of our system where people are gainfully employed, getting jobs, not where they were paid less than when they had a job before, but get the same kind of jobs, they will not be able to afford the kind of housing that previously existed. So that's the second problem, is employment. Your third problem is the government debt. If this government debt crisis is not resolved, everyone is going to end up paying more to borrow money. So those are just three problems that we have, long-term systemic structural problems that we're going to have that are going to prevent a recovery anytime soon in the real estate market. So bottom line is, it's a good time to consider starting to look for a short sale or to find a good deal. It may be also a good time to consider possibly still renting. It also may be a good time to consider buying real estate and renting it out. So there are lots of positive aspects, and what's really neat is people who were previously unable to buy real estate, who were literally blocked out of the system because prices had gone so high, now are able to come back in. And what we're hoping is that ultimately, if interest rates were to stay low, that we could see a refinance situation where people who have good credit, who are employed, and who are indeed underwater could still possibly be able to get refinancing. Unfortunately, that is impossible right now because the banks refuse to refinance someone's home because you're underwater. But possibly maybe other folks and the government will realize that the way we can get out of this problem is folks who could refinance their homes regardless of the fact that they're underwater, create a government program that would allow for that, and thus the savings that these people would have each month, the few hundred, the few $1,000s that they could save every month on their mortgage payments, would go right back into the economy and could help all of us regroup. But in the meantime, do expect another 10 to 15% decline in prices, and let's talk about in the other videos what you can do about it. Again, this is Roy Oppenheim in the trenches. Look forward to hearing from you. Please contact us if you have any questions. Have a great summer.